Good day everyone. Again, I'm Sir Gilbert. Muli ang pag-aaralan naman natin ay tungkol sa square root of a number between two integers. So, ibig sabihin, saan natin makikita yung square root of a number, especially those irrational numbers na nasa pagitan ng dalawang integers. So, with respect to our number line. Pero bago yon, let's first identify square roots that are rational and square roots that are irrational. And take note, pag sinabi nating square root, yan yung may index na 2. Okay, so let's have example number 1. Okay, so sabihin natin yung square root of 12. No? Square root of 12, rational ka ba or irrational? Okay, so isipin natin na yung 12 ba galing sa dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin ang sagot niya ay 12, no? So, ibig sabihin, pag wala tayong maalala or makita number na pareho na pag minultiply natin sa sarili niya ang sagot niya ay 12, so ibig sabihin itong square root of 12 ay irrational number. Okay? So, irrational number. Okay? So, irrational number ang square root of 12. Okay? So, how about number 2? Yung square root of 81. Okay? Yung radicand niya ay 81. So, mayroong bang dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin sa sarili niya, ang sagot niya ay 81? Okay, so meron. So, that's 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung square root of 81 ay rational number. Okay? Rational number. Yan. So, let's have another one. Let's say number 3. Square root of 200. Square root of 200. Ang square root of 200 ba galing sa dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 200. So, wala, no? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, itong square root of 200 ay isang irrational number. Okay? So, ito yung irrational number. How about number 4? Square root of, let's say, 50. Square root of 50. Rational ka ba or irrational number? So, square root of 50, nanggaling ba yan sa dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 50? So, hindi. Wala. So, ibig sabihin uli nito, ang square root of 50 belongs to irrational number. Okay, ayan. Square root of 12, square root of 200, square root of 50 are irrational numbers, whereas square root of 81 is a rational number. Okay, let's have example number 5. So, example number 5. Ang example number 5 natin ay square root of 4. Ang radicand na 4 ay galing ba sa dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 4? Okay, meron. That's 2 times 2. So, it's 4. So, ibig sabihin nito, ito ay rational number. Okay, rational number. Okay, so let's have number 6. Number 6 ay Square root of 84. Square root of 84. Ito ba ay rational or irrational number? So, ang square root of 84 ay irrational number. Okay? Irrational number. Okay. So, ayan. So, number 7. Number 7. Let's have number 7. Say, square root of 289. Square root of 289. Okay? So, rational ba siya or irrational number? Okay? So, square root of 289 is rational number. Dahil yung 289 ay galing sa dalawang number na magkapareho. Na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 289. And that's 17 times 17. Okay? Ayan. So, meron na tayong dalawang rational number. That's square root of 4 and square root of 289. And isang irrational number. And that's square root of 84. Let's have another one. Number 8. So, ang number 8 natin ay square root of 110. Yung square root of 110, ito ba ay rational or irrational number? Okay, so wala tayong makikita or mahahanap na dalawang number na magkapareho na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot ay 110. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, ito ay mabibilang sa irrational number. Okay? Square root of 110. Nakawalo na tayo. So, let's have number 9. Number 9. Square root of, let's say, square root of 100. Ang square root of 100 ba ay, or yung 100 ba ay galing sa dalawang number na magkapareho? Na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 100. Okay, and that's 10. So, 10 times 10 is 100. So, ibig sabihin, square root of 100 belongs to rational number. Okay? Ayan. So, number 10. Ang number 10 natin ay square root of 500. Yung 500 ba galing sa dalawang number na magkapareho? Na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 500. Meron ba? Okay, so wala. Kaya mabibilang natin siya sa irrational number. Okay? Square root of 500. So let's have another one. Square root of 361. 361. Radicand 361. Galing ka ba sa dalawang number na magkapareho? Na pag minultiply natin sila, ang sagot niya ay 361. Yes, rational number siya. Dahil ang 361 ay galing sa 19 times 19. So, 19 times 19 ay 361 and therefore, square root of 361 belongs to rational number. Okay? Yan. So, ano pa? Let's have last example. Square root of, yung square root of 1 nga pala. Okay? Yung 1 ba nanggaling sa dalawang number na magkapareho? Na pag minultiply natin, ang sagot niya ay 1. So, ang tanong, is it rational or irrational number? Square root of 1. Yes, that's irrational number. Rational number. Okay? Dahil yung 1 galing sa 1 times 1. Di ba? Magkapareho. Na pag minultiply natin sa sarili niya, ang sagot niya ay 1. Okay? Ayan. So, meron tayo dito Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, limang rational numbers. At ilang irrational number? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 irrational numbers. Okay? Yan. So ngayon, um, yung mga rational numbers na napili natin kanina, sulat natin, no? So una dun yung square root of 4, square root of 81, square root of 361, square root of 289, and square root of 100, and square root of 1. Okay? So, ito yung mga rational numbers. So, whereas our irrational numbers are square root of 12, square root of 50, square root of 84, square root of 110, square root of 200, and square root of 500. Okay? Yan yung mga rational numbers, and this one are the irrational numbers. Okay? So, ngayon, itong square root of 4 with respect to our number line, makikita natin yan sa 2. Okay? So, principal roots, 2. Okay, this one is 9. This one is 361 ay 19, and this one is square root of 289 ay makikita natin sa number line 17, and this one is 10, and this one is 1. Okay? So doon natin sila makikita, pero we don't have idea kung saan natin makikita yung square root of 12, square root of 50, square root of 84, square root of 110, square root of 200, square root of 500. Kaya babalikan natin yung lesson natin na square root of a number between two integers. Okay? So, saan nga ba natin makikita yung mga yan? So, ito na. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Saan natin makikita yung square root of 12? Saan? Between anong dalawang integers? Okay? So, umpisahan natin. Pero bago natin umpisahan, meron akong ipapakita sa inyo na makakatulong sa paghanap ng dalawang integers sa pagitan ng square roots that are irrational numbers. Ito ay tinatawag nating perfect square numbers. Okay? So, ito yung mga perfect square numbers natin. Ba't natin kinuha tong perfect square numbers? Kasi pagka ang mga perfect square numbers ay mga rational numbers. Okay? Kasi itong mga nasa right side, pag kinuha natin yung square root of 1, since nagaling yan sa dalawang number na magkapareho, and that's 1, so ang ibig sabihin, ang square root of 1 ay rational number. Ganon din ang square root of 4. Ganon din square root of 9, square root of 16, square root of 256, square root of 289, square root of 324, square root of 121, and the rest. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, para malaman lang natin yung radicand kung talagang square root yan, multiply natin yung number na yon sa sarili niya. Kagaya nito, ang 12. 12 times 12, so that's 144. So, ibig sabihin, ang square root of 144 ay square root that is a rational number. Okay? Ayan. Doon na tayo sa example number 1 natin. Square root of 12. Square root of 12. So, mag-iisip tayo ng dalawang integers or perfect square. Or kung iba pa ay square roots that are rational na kung saan makikita natin yung square root of 12. Okay? So, square root of 12 Alam naman natin na yung square root of 12 ay bago mag-square root of 9. Okay? So, square root of 12, that's square root of 9 lesser than square root of 12, but square root of 12 is lesser than rational square roots. Ano yun? So, kung ito ay 9 galing sa 3 times 3, so ang kasunod niya ay 4 times 4, and that's 16. Okay? Square root of 9 and square root of 16 ay rational square roots. Okay? Kasi yung 9 and 16 ay galing sa 3 times 3 and 4 times 4 respectively. Okay? So, kaya pag kinuha natin yung square root of 4, oh, so ibig sabihin nito, square root of 9, square root of 12 lies between square root of 9 and square root of 16. Since square root of 9 is 3, less than square root of 12, less than what is square root of 16, and that's 4. Okay? So, kung ang square root of 12 is greater than 3, pero lesser than 4, so ano magiging conclusion natin? So, therefore, square root of 12 lies between what two integers? That's 3 and 4. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong number line, andito yung 3, andito yung 4, andito yung 4. So, ibig sabihin, yung square root of 12, andito siya banda. Okay? Nasa pagitan. Between 3 and 4. Okay? Ganun ang ibig sabihin ng ating lesson na to. Square root of a number between two integers. So, square root of 12 lies between 3 and 4. So, doon natin makikita yung square root of 12. Okay? So, kasi, tignan natin, ano? Ang square root of 12, no? Pag ginamitan natin ng calculator, square root of 12, ang square root of 12 equals 3.464. Ayan, no? So, talagang mahigit sa 3 pero hindi siya lumagpas sa 4. So, in short, talagang makikita natin yung square root of 12 lies between 3 and 4. Okay? Sana naintindihan. Okay, let's have example number 2. Example number 2 ay square root of 50. Square root of 50. Saan natin makikita yung square root of 50? Pero bago natin malaman yan, anong muna yung perfect squares na mas mababa sa 50? O perfect squares na mas mataas sa 50? Okay? Mas mataas pero malapit. Mababa pero mas malapit sa 50. Okay? So, ayan. So, square root of 50. So, that's 49 and 64. Because square root of 49, 49 is a perfect square. So, that's square root 49. So, that's 7. Okay? So, square root of 50. Then, lesser than square root of 64. So, ibig sabihin pala, pag nakuha mo na tong 49, which is 7, so alam mo na yung kasunod, 8. So, 8. So, 8 times 8, so that's 64. O kung ang makuha mo naman yung perfect square na nasa kanan niya, so that's 8. Pero bago mag-8, so that's 7. 7 times 7, so that's 49. So, may technique tayo doon, okay? So, square root of 49, so that's 7. It's less than square root of 50. Okay? It's less than 8. So, ibig sabihin, yung square root of 50 lies between 7 and 8. Doon natin makikita. Square root of 50 lies between 7, and 8. Okay? So, doon natin makikita kung with respect to our number line, so yung 7, tapos yung 8, so sa pagitan nila. Okay? Nandito banda yung square root of 50. Kung saan man dyan, so pag na-take up na natin yung estimating square root that are irrational. Okay? Basta ang idea lang natin dito, saan natin makikita yung square root of 50. Okay? Ayan. Okay, this time that's example number 3. So square root of 84, again, square root of 84 is square roots that is a irrational number. So saan natin makikita yung square root of 84? So parang madali lang siya. Kasi yung perfect square na mas malapit sa 84 ay 81. So 81. So kasi ang square root of 81 ay alam na this. Okay? The square root of 84. Then square root kung ang square root of 81 ay 9, so anong kasunod ng 9 ay 10. So that's 10 times 10. So this will be 100. Okay? So this one is 9 is lesser than square root of 84, but square root of 84 is lesser than 10. Okay? So ano magiging conclusion natin? Yung square root of 84 lies between what two integers? And that's integers 9 and 10. Okay? So, with respect again to our number line, so, andito yung 9, andito yung 10. So, banda rito sa pagitan nila. Square root of 84. Okay? So, you may check using your calculator. Okay? So, that's number 3. Our example number 4 is square root of 110. Square root of 110. Saan natin siya makikita? Sa pagitan ng anong dalawang integers? Okay? Ayan. So, malapit siya sa 100. Nasa kaliwa niya yung 100. 100 is a perfect square. So, square root of 100. So, square root of 100 is less than square root of 110. But 110, square root of 110 is lesser than square root of, if this is 10, so this must be the product of 11 times 11, and that's 121. Okay, so square root of 100 is less than square root of 110, but square root of 110 is lesser than square root of 121. And this is 10, and this one is 11. So therefore, square root of 110 is greater than 10, but less than 11. And square root of 110 lies between 10 and 11. Okay, so madali lang pala siya. So again, with respect again to our number line, so 10, 11, and dito lang siya. Okay, so yeah, square root of 110. You can check using your calculator. Okay, okay, so let's fifth example. Ito yung mga irrational numbers na pinag-aralan natin kanina. So, saan natin sila makikita? Okay? So, square root of 200. Medyo may kahirapan siya, no? So, 200, saan nga ba natin makikita ito? Sa anong dalawang integers o sa dalawang perfect squares? Okay? So, kung babalikan natin yung mga perfect squares, so lalabas ang 196 is a perfect square galing sa 14 times 14. Okay? And whereas 15 squared ay 225. So, ibig sabihin nito, makikita natin siya sa square root of 196 which is lesser than 200, square root of 200, but square root of 200 is lesser than 225. Okay? Note that 196 at yung 225 is a perfect squares. So, kasi ang 196 galing siya sa 14 times 14. At 225 galing yan sa 15 times 15. Okay? So, eto na yun. Square root of 200 is greater than 14 but less than 15. And for our conclusion, so square root of 200 lies between 14 and 15. Okay? So, again, with respect to our number line, nasa pagitan niya ng 14 and 15. So, andito lang. Okay? Ayan, you may, again, check using your calculator. Yung last example natin ay yung square root of 500. Okay? Yung square root of 500, saan natin ito makikita? Pag medyo malalaking numbers na, medyo may kahirapan na siya, no? So, 500. Pag sinubukan kasi natin yung 20 squared, so it's only 400. Pag 20 squared, so it's only 400. Pag ginawa nating 21, so 441. Pag ginawa nating 22, so 484, lumalapit siya. Pag ginawa natin siyang 23 squared, 529. So, ibig sabihin, nasa pagitan siya ng 484 at 529. Okay? So, 484, so, is a perfect square. So, square root of 484 is less than square root of 500, and square root of 500 is less than 529. Okay? So, 484 and 529 are perfect squares. Galing ito sa 22 times 22. So, pag kinuha natin, di ba, kung maalala nyo, ito ay 22 times 22. Ito ay perfect square. Pag kinancel natin yung 22, so, yung 2, so that's 22. Okay? It's less than square root of 500 is less than 23, and that's 23 because it's 529. Okay? So, hindi pala nakita doon. Okay? So, dito natin bigay example. So, 484 ay galing sa 22 squared. So, kaya pag kinancel natin to, so that's 22. Okay? So, pwede rin naman calculator natin, square root of 484, so that's 22. Okay? So, ayan. Okay. Sample lang natin yan. Okay? Ayan. Okay. So, anong magiging conclusion natin? So, therefore, square root of 500 lies between 22 and 23. Okay? So, nasa pagitan uli sila ng 22 and 23. Andito yung square root of 500. Okay? Ayan. So, saan man dyan? Okay. So, yan ang tungkol sa square root of a number between two integers. So, in short, saan talaga natin makikita yung mga square root that are irrational? Okay? Square roots that are irrational, saan natin sila makikita o sa pagitan ng dalawang integers o dalawang square roots that are rational. Okay? So, ayan. Yan ang topic natin sa araw na ito. So, sana may natutunan kayo at sana naintindihan nyo. Maraming salamat.